Okay, sick. I'm going now as well. Do you want to count? I'll let you count down if you want.
Alrighty. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Amazing.
that's perfect.
Incredible.
Crazy timing, mate.
Christ.
£5.
It's like we planned it.
I know before we talked about it before. Right, I'll get us started.
That's cool.
Welcome to this week's spooky episode.
Ooh.
Happy Halloween, people. On this lovely day, I've got a very, very special guest. The one and only FNG's back.
Yo, what we saying? I hope everyone's well. It's your boy, Niran, your spook foo. You get it? Because, like, Halloween. Ooh, boss, jeez. We're back once again, back on the channel. I hope you're good as well, Charlie.
Oh, I am, man. Thank you so much for coming back on. It's just amazing, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Honestly, it's my pleasure. We go way back, so it's lovely to have these random catch-ups for the pod. And I'm looking forward to the Halloween special here.
Yes. So for people that don't know, just in case, you could say, wait, no, I just thought of this on the spot. Yeah, check how good this is.
Okay, I'm ready. Come on.
Our combination could be cursed. Woo! Because the last time we did one, I just went away for 2 months. So
it's not happening this time. It's not happening. I'll slap him into action, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. I'm getting back on the grind.
I can promise I'm not going away. I've actually got a very solid plan now. You know, thanks to the support of Niran as well.
It's cool. Listen, he's got stuff planned. It's very exciting. He's been telling me. I've got the gossip. And there's a lot of stuff coming. But yes, I'll let you carry on now.
Oh, thanks, man. What I'm going to say is, as a little Halloween treat, this isn't going to be the last one that we're going to do together this year. That's all I'm going to say.
People teasing the people. I see that. You never know. I might be back. Who knows?
That's what we're going to do.
Might be back, ladies and gentlemen.
You might. Oh, 100% will be. I can swear. Whether he knows it or not, I'm going to
drag me back
his
on.
flat with a microphone, little boom mic. Like, Niran, it's time for the podcast, man.
Just burst through my door with a boom arm and some random, like, HDMR or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just toss up my little audio interface up there as well. Oh, plug into this, mate.
You did a podcast now whether you like it or not.
So you might have noticed something slightly different to this podcast, which is the music's changed. It's haunting. It's terrifying. It's copyright free.
The scariest type of music of all.
What we're going to be doing for you lovely, lovely people is we're going to be sharing our scariest story that we have.
Yeah. I'm just going to do that every time. It's like a little sound effect that I'll just bring to the table every now and when it's the height of spook, yeah?
The height of spooky bookiness is that effect.
Spooky bookiness, that's incredible.
All we're going to say is, guys, as a disclaimer, if you live alone / don't like scary stories, I don't know if you're going to be cut out for this video. It's going to be bloody terrifying.
Nah, listen, you've got to get over it at some point. This is the moment, okay? So if you're not a scary movie person, we're not gonna ease you into it. We're gonna go full beans. But this is your moment to get over that fear, I reckon.
This is the moment to pause the video, make a coffee, and hit that like button. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you're subscribed as well.
Subscribe. And we'll do that stat of like only, I don't know what, 67% of you aren't subscribed. We'll just pick that number out of the air from somewhere. So hit the red button. Yeah. Come on.
It's very mate. All I'm gonna say is, guys, it's Halloween. It's getting up to Christmas season. All I'm asking is the one gift. Just hit that little subscribe button. It'll really help. If we get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year, I'll do something very special for that. Yeah. How about that?
That sounds like a good deal to me. Come on, Matt. As well. It's a very. It doesn't even cost anything. It doesn't even, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't cost anything.
So, and it's gonna make me then be able to monetize my videos. Means I'll be able to do a giveaway because I'll be earning money for this.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the way.
That's all I'm saying. But anyway, back onto the spooky season. Personally, I love horror films. I'm just gonna say it. I enjoy them.
What's your favourite?
Oh, if we're speaking of ones that messed me up the most, the only horror film that's really had a go at me is Hereditary, and
Okay.
Midsummer. Those two.
See, I've
played
seen
in my mind.
Midsummer, but I haven't seen Hereditary.
Mate, Hereditary's on Netflix. I wouldn't watch it alone. That's what I'm gonna say. I wouldn't watch it on my own.
Okay.
It's horrible.
No, to be honest, I am a big man, so I reckon I can deal with that. Thank you very much. Nah, to be honest, I'm actually not that great with. I mean, I'm not horrendous with horror films, but I'm a very jumpy person. Like, I enjoy it, but if you watch it with me and I've got a cup in my hand and it's got juice in it, the juice is going over you probably at some point during the film. But I'm kind of a fan. I need to actually watch more because I haven't watched enough.
Yeah, this is the thing. Is I was so, I don't know if you remember when we used to have our little sleepovers. I was awful with horror films.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember. There was.
I used to get scared of Doctor Who.
Just hiding behind the sofa when the TARDIS appears. Like, oh my god!
Actually scared of Doctor Who. Nah,
not even the
meant,
bad
like,
guys.
the enemies.
Just him. Just Doctor Who himself. He's got 2 hearts. Can't be dealing with that. That's too terrifying.
Is he a
for me.
cow? What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Either they have 2 stomachs, not 2
Mate,
hearts.
can't be doing that. Be mad though. Imagine if he had 2 of every, like 2 times everything. So he had 2 hearts, like 2 brains, like 4 lungs.
That's how he got Billy Piper, bro.
Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. That's how he got Billy Piper.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's his pickup line. I got 2 hearts. I got 2 of something else. Find out ways. Goodness gracious. That really is scary.
Sonic
actually. That really is
screwdriver.
scary for Halloween.
Yeah, oh, imagine. You're alone. So my scary story is that time Doctor Who invited me to his TARDIS. That's my horror story. So, on a real... yeah, you're a bloody Matt Smith, man.
Oh, man. Those are the days,
Awful.
though.
Also, if Matt Smith's your favourite Doctor, you know, give me a call on 0121 do 1. That's right.
Legitimate number. Very legitimate number, ladies and gents. Nah, David Tennant's
Matt
the guy.
Smith was... Yeah, man, it's got to be David Tennant.
Tennant was the guy.
That's...
Man. Honestly, he's literally, whenever anyone says anything about Doctor Who, I immediately think about him. I think Matt Smith was pretty good as well, but David Tennant was...
the best.
Upper echelon. You know, like, when you get, like a fancy drink in the winter from Starbucks because your hands are freezing and you need some warmth in your hands, and then they just a little bit of whipped cream on the top, and it's like, I didn't even ask for that. And then they give you the marshmallows on top as well, and it's like, whoa, I just thought I was getting a coffee. And it's a madness. That is, David Tennant is the marshmallows on that overly expensive hot chocolate.
Oh, I'd love to clip that. David Tennant is a marshmallow.
He is the marshmallow. Wasn't there like someone? I swear one of the the aliens in Doctor Who kind of looked like a marshmallow, like kind of resembled like just the fluffy white.
Oh, mate.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up.
I don't know, man. There's so many. There was the Absorber Loft. Remember when Peter Kay was the Absorber Loft, and he used to go around and swallow people, and their faces would pop out of his body.
That was a mad one. Yeah, I forgot that existed actually. They had some weird ones on that. I can't lie.
Mate,
I love that we started talking about Doctor Who on a Halloween special. I'm a big fan of that.
yeah, let's get back in. Let's get in.
We can segue. It's all good. We've got this.
Yeah. We're gonna control ourselves for the next 20 minutes of your life. It's gonna be a controlled conversation. That's what I'm gonna say. Do you want to go first? Do you want to set the spook?
I can do if you want. I'll try and work out how I'm gonna set the scene, because it's not. I said this to Charlie beforehand. He doesn't know the story yet, but it's not the longest of stories. You're not gonna make a novel out of this one unless you decide to add further storylines afterwards, which actually could be quite cool. But anyway,
yeah, it could happen.
So the spooky music's already playing, isn't it?
Oh, it's really at this point it's really tense.
Okay, it's a big old crescendo of brilliant. Right, so okay, I'll give you the backstory. This is about a member of, or members of my family. It happened when I was young. I wasn't there, unfortunately. That would have been sick. Although I think I would have been 5. But anyway, there's a torch. Just imagine there's a torch of my face as well, so it's like really like lit.
Ooh.
Do you know how when people tell scary stories and they have like the torch up at their face?
Oh, I know.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Right.
they can lighting the dead trim away.
Like, you really have to bring my. To be fair, that's a scary enough story as it is. I should have just said that. I should have just put some cobwebs in my hair, and then that would have
Just
been
take off your bucket cap.
more cobwebs than there usually are. Take my bucket hat off, and then that's the story. So, the members of my family, it's my aunt and uncle, and they live in this very, very, like, out of the way countryside village that has, like, 57 residents at maximum, in between, like, Leicester and Nottingham. And they've lived there for ages. Like, they've lived there for time. It's a really, like, traditional, like, all the houses are like kind of big, but like there's loads of room for activities and high ceilings and all that sort of shit. It's proper like countryside stuff. So they moved in about like 20 years ago or something, and they lived there after a kind of like half elderly family or whatever had lived there, but not many people really knew that much about them. So they've been living there for a while, and their next door neighbours also had like some young kids, and they'd spend time together, whatever. They were very like close to their neighbours. One day, the neighbours come over, and so do the two kids. They're about 6 or 7, maybe 8 years old or something. And they're having a wonderful day. I think it's some day in the winter, so it gets dark really early, and it was like 5 p.m. or something. Maybe 5:30. That's kind of irrelevant though. But anyway.
Okay.
And one of the kids goes upstairs, and it's a spare. They go into a spare room that has like a little rocking chair in it because it's just decorative. And my aunt and uncle don't use that room unless like they have guests over or members of my family go over or whatever.
Right.
So this young kid comes down into the living room where my aunt and uncle are and their neighbours, and says, "Who's that upstairs?"
Oh no.
And so they're like, "Oh no, there's nobody. You know, it might be your sister or something who'd also been running around." And it's like, no, there's like this old person upstairs, but like in that really innocent, like, you know, kid's voice of like, "Oh, why is there an old lady upstairs?" And this kid basically then described, obviously my and this is in my aunt and uncle's house, so they're going mental at this point, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh no. And they asked the kid to describe who he saw, and he saw like an elderly woman with like grey hair who was just like rocking back and forth in the rocking chair.
Oh no! Oh mate.
So they went upstairs and they saw nothing. Spoiler alert: they didn't see anything, and neither did the kid this next time.
Oh my god!
But
he saw it once.
It turns out that an old lady who kind of looked similar to what this kid described actually lived in the house before that. Not the family before, but a family before that, about like 20 or 30 years before.
Oh my god, that is horrifying.
And the worst part is they continued to live there for like another 5 years. I was like, I'd be moving out, bro. I don't care if I've not paid the mortgage or not. I don't really know how mortgages work. But if I've not paid the mortgage, someone else can deal with that. I'll pay it off in a lump sum. I'm dipping out of that situation.
I paid 200 grand. Mate, that is actually disgusting. That's horrifying.
Horrendous. I remember hearing that and being like, I really wish I was there for the sake of argument. But equally, I'm so glad I don't live there. If that was my house, oh my god, I wouldn't sleep for like months.
No, that made me shiver. That was horrifying. That was horrifying.
It's catastrophic. Yeah. That I think that's the only ghost-related story that's happened to my family. But
that's horrible.
It's awful. I remember going back there as well, like a couple of years after I heard that, because I only heard that like 5 years after it happened as well, because I was young when it happened, and being physically disgusted at the idea of going there, because I was just like, why would you? What do you want to happen to me? I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to see this old lady in this rocking chair. I don't know whether I'm guessing they got rid of the rocking chair.
Oh, I would have gotten rid of the whole house.
Just burn the
as you
house
say.
down ultimately. Just build a new one next door. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
just move, just leave. You don't need that. That's and the thing is that kid's got no motive to lie either.
Exactly, that's the thing. That's if it had been even an older kid, like a teenager, I'd have been like, oh, probably just lying. But this kid was genuinely
Yeah.
like 6. He probably wouldn't really get anything out of, and he probably wouldn't be able to create that in his mind either. He'd probably
He's probably never seen a horror film before. for
yeah,
any
exactly.
context
So
either.
he'd just walk in, see that, and be like, oh, that's a bit mad, and then go downstairs and tell everyone.
And then be like, why is there an old lady rocking? And oh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
That is
it's-
why is an old lady rocking upstairs?
I think it's the worst thing I could possibly ever see. If I walked into my kitchen, for example, and saw that,
I'm going.
I'm going. I don't even know what I would do in that situation. I think I would just have to just accept it. Whatever happens to me in that moment, I'll just stand there for like 10 minutes, and whatever happens,
leave.
happens. The game's the game.
The game's the game, bro. The game's the game. This is the thing. You can't win either. You can't fight it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
What's that, sorry?
You,
It is
can't
what
get-
it is.
you can't start throwing fisticuffs with a little ghost either.
Ultimately, horrendous
So-
story.
Just screwed. That's horrible. That's horrible. If anyone has a similar situation, let us know in the comments, because I love these ghost stories. I really, really do. Mine one is actually from a personal experience.
Right, wait, what did you say, sorry?
So my story is a personal experience
Oh,
that
wow.
I witnessed.
Oh my, okay, right, I don't know if I'm ready for this. But,
So let me paint the picture for everyone out there. So before this, I had a couple of things that had made me feel creeped out, and I think I was under the age of 10 for this one.
yeah,
So I would have been like 8 or 9, just to be safe.
okay.
But I was probably more like 6, but I'll say 8 just in case.
Yeah. We can go
Um,
7 in between if you want.
Yeah, call it 7. 7
Okay.
7 and 4 days. Somewhere in the middle there.
God, man, it's just been your birthday. This is harsh. Straight after the birthday.
Yeah,
just
I
turned
just
7.
turned 7.
God.
And life was good. I got a Colin the Caterpillar, and life was alright for me.
Amazing.
Then one day, it took a turn. So, basically, as you may remember, my grandparents had a holiday flat in Devon.
Yes, I do remember this. He used to go down a lot.
Yeah, I used to go like 2 or 3 times a year.
Mhm.
More specifically, just in case anyone down there, it used to be this village called Sholden, which is near Teignmouth, which is near Torquay. So anyone around that area, might all relate to this a bit more. So
Okay.
there used to be there used to be a church, a really old church, and then our block of like flats, which was like 3-story building, and we had like the ground floor, or half the ground floor, next to the church.
Yeah.
So, this one time, I staying in my room with my sister. So the way it worked is it was a single room but 2 little single beds in there.
Okay.
So I remember this one day, I'm on my own in the flat 'cause I think my parents had gone out to shop to
Mhm.
get to the food shop, and Steve Bagshaw's Deadly 60 was on, and I wasn't gonna go to Morrison's and miss that show.
Yeah, listen,
Right.
you had your priorities set, and I respect that.
I wanted to watch my CBBC in peace. So I'm eating my cereal, like my Special K, and I hear like footsteps coming from the kitchen,
Okay, yep.
and I'm like, oh, obviously someone's there. So I walked in and no one was in the kitchen, even though I heard the floor creak.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it could be upstairs, it could be downstairs. I was quite a rational kid. I was like, and obviously I was also not, I wasn't into horror films. I was like, logically, it's got to be upstairs or downstairs. So there you go. Played it off.
Yeah.
And went and yeah, that's it. Anyway, that night, the doors, those old like fire doors, they're really thick and really heavy.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
as
yeah.
a kid, you can't really open them, and your parent have to open them basically.
Yeah, I know
Because-
what you mean.
So the bedroom doors are like fire doors to keep us safe if there was a fire, basically.
Right, okay.
So I would always struggle to open my door, so my parents would open, or my sister would open it for me, or we would leave it kind of open, semi-open, so I could get out if I needed to. So anyway, I went to bed, and my parents came in, took me in, give me a kiss, all that stuff.
That's all.
And sorry, what you say, ma'am? Hello? Hello?
Oh, you cut out there for a second. Right, carry on.
Sorry, man. Yeah, brilliant. So my parents came in and shut the door, and they
Okay.
shut the door completely. So,
Yeah.
because it's also one of those doors where it makes that little ping noise when it shuts.
Okay, yeah.
So I heard the ping, and it was shut. Anyway, that night I remember my bedroom door was right in front of my bed. So if the door was open, I could see all the way down the flat to the front door.
Yeah.
So I remember waking up because it got really, really cold in my bed.
Oh,
Right.
Right, yeah.
So I wake up and the door's halfway open, and this door would never stay halfway open.
Yeah,
would always
it's impossible
shut.
because it would like either just close because it's too heavy, or
Yeah. Or it would have to be fully open with the door stop in. It couldn't be halfway.
yeah.
It wouldn't work. So it was halfway open, and it gave me the perfect view point of all the way down the corridor to the front door. So I remember seeing a tall, shadowy figure wearing all black with its hood up, walking down towards the front door. So I think it's my dad, right, who's opened the door to check in on us, and he's going back to bed. Okay.
Yeah. That's again.
That's
You're a rational kid. I respect this a lot because I would have
Dude.
lost my marbles by now.
No, well, I thought like I was just really innocent as a kid, so I didn't think it would be anything sinister.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because why would it be? So, so I thought like, yeah, that's cool. And then in the morning I go, Dad, why did you leave the door open? It got really cold.
Yeah.
To which my dad looked at my mum and was like, I didn't go check on you last night. My mum also goes, I didn't check on you last night. My sister is like, well, yeah, why was the door open when we woke up then? Because she didn't leave the room either.
Oh,
And I sure
dearie
didn't.
me.
So, this is the thing. Turns out that I found out through years and years of trying to process this memory.
Yeah.
The house was the old vicarage where the monks used to live. And the vicar used to live in like that house, bro. And who wears dark hooded outfits?
Oh my goodness me.
So there you go, man.
That
There you
is
go.
mad. No.
Yeah.
No.
There you go. There you go, man.
This cannot run. This can't
That's
fly. No, I'm not allowing it to be it. It can't run. Okay.
Mate, on my life.
That is mad. No, because
It's
again, it's the fact that obviously you're a kid, so you probably don't. You're not as freaked out maybe as you should be. But if I was your parents in that
Yeah,
situation,
yeah.
goodness me, that
so
is mad.
yeah, man, it's literally insane. My mum and I speak about it quite regularly.
Yeah.
And she admitted to me when I was older, I think I was like 15. She was like, "Yeah, that really spooked me out." And she was never alone in that house. In fact, I went there once when I was with Ed. You know Ed.
Yeah, of course.
I went there once with him, and he told me that he felt uncomfortable. Like, he doesn't even believe in ghosts.
Yeah. He just felt uncomfortable
And
being there generally.
He felt uncomfortable the whole time there. He hated it.
Wow.
In fact, he told me that he didn't hate the holiday, but he hated being there in the flat.
Yeah.
Especially when it came, he wouldn't go to the toilet in the night. He would hold it into the morning, or he would wait. If I was up, he'd go, but he wouldn't go on his own. And neither would I, bro. To be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not surprised if I saw the ghost of a vicar / monk at the end of the bed or looking down on the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm probably not leaving.
Dude.
I'm probably just not going back. If I'm going to keep it real with you, in this situation, you probably wouldn't have called me back there again.
Yeah, I mean, I went back a couple times after that. Safe to say, and it was, yeah, man, it was horrible every time.
Listen, I'd give it the 5 stars on TripAdvisor. Like, you had a good innings. Like, big ups whoever owns the place, the Airbnb.
Oh, we
whatever.
sold it now.
But I'm not going back. Someone else can deal with that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. It was definitely one of the things which got to me. Which did get to me. It really did get to me.
It's too mad. If I look, no. What just fell
I think
off
it's.
my table? Oh God. Oh
It's
my
the vicar.
God.
It's the vicar.
The vicar just fell off my table. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that from my mic. But
I heard something
had
fall.
Something on my, yeah, I heard like I had just a random chain on my table and it's just fallen off. And
Oh no.
it actually,
That's not good.
I'm acting composed. It did shit me up, like low key, because I thought maybe the vicar was in the room. The monk, he was just sat on my table next to me. Could you imagine? He was just chilling with his legs crossed, just like, oh man.
Oh, safe.
Safe,
That's
YG.
Yeah.
I think that if I was to be a ghost, though, I feel like that's the type I would be.
Just a nice
Or I'd
guy,
annoy
like
people
Casper.
in really stupid ways that aren't like
Oh.
scary. Do you know what I mean?
I would love to. I'd do weird shit. Like, you know
Yeah.
that Michael Jackson ghost video where, like, apparently like, he's moonwalking across like the. I'd do stuff like that.
Yeah, fully same. Or like, you'd walk into your room and you'd be like, oh, mad, where did this packet of crisps come from? And then, like, your mum and dad would be like, we don't have any packets of crisps in this house. And it's like, dun dun dun. And it was me, just dashing some crisps through your window or something.
Oh, mate, what I would do is I'd wait till you're streaming. It's been a couple years. You've moved on.
Yeah,
You know, and you're thinking it's all good, and I'll just go. Hey guys, it's the Chucko podcast coming back. And you'd be like, what? Where'd it come from?
What the fuck?
Well,
Oh.
I'll just say weird stuff. Okay, the game's the game.
Fuck's
That
sake, I've lost the game again. Oh,
Everyone.
man.
That's actually why I got you here, was to know that people would come, and I'd be like, everyone's lost the game.
Everyone's lost the game. As a
Please don't
ghost, you just
dislike this
come
video.
back and remind people every now and again. Just say the game in their sleep or something like that. Fuck. God's sake.
Yeah, we were saying before this actually that we'd gone unbeaten in years.
I know.
And-
Genuinely, I had not thought about the game in a long time. Honestly,
And then here we are.
here we
Just
are
lost it.
discussing it. We've lost it off the back of a Halloween podcast,
It's horrible.
and so have you. Unfortunately, viewers, listeners, you're not winning the game for a while.
You're not
now.
winning.
That's the
You've
problem when
lost
it's in
it.
your head for a little bit, or it's in your head for like a day or something. Hard to get rid of, man. That's it, bro.
It is hard to get rid of it.
Losing that game.
But you know what would?
Several days.
You know what would ease the pain? Yeah, you're losing it repeatedly.
Mm.
You know what would
It's
take
a
the pain
difficult
away?
one. I don't know.
Knowing
Won
that
the game,
if-
man. Listen, should we? when does the game end? Like realistically, when does surely there's got to be like a point where the government just says, you know what, lads,
the game's over.
it has been a good innings, but the game is officially over right now. Surely
That's
at
what-
some point they've got to
it's
do
gonna-
that.
It will be the countdown into 2021, and then Boris Johnson will go, the game, and everyone and the whole country will go into like a massive like revolt. How mad would it be if Boris Johnson on like it was like the 10-second countdown went, oh, April Fools, and then like actually a massive explosion. It was only April 1st. He'd put us in a time machine for 6 months.
Oh my god, there's
Or 8
people out
months.
on the street just like protesting about the game and April Fool. Oh my goodness me. I think that would actually sum up this whole year perfectly if that ended up happening.
Literally.
I can't lie.
It's we gotta let the game go, man.
Yeah, I say we just say it now. If anyone, the game is done. hereby, as of now, the moment you're hearing this,
game's
for us, the
over.
moment we're saying it, but the game is over. If you've won it, if you've lost it, it doesn't matter anymore. It's over. Okay?
It's over.
We've
We're
gone past
ending the
injury
game.
time.
Like, it's been a penalty shootout. It's been on sudden death now for 11 years. The same players have been taking penalties, and they all just keep missing. So just call it a day. Like, we'll just take a draw. We'll just take a draw. We'll share the trophy.
Postpone it. Yeah, just take a draw. Just take a draw.
Take a
1
draw.
point towards the end of the season. It's fine. Okay.
You ain't got to worry about it anymore. The game's over, guys. The game's
game is
over.
The game is officially over. Over.
Over.
It's
You know what?
Over, mate.
You know what, though?
What?
And just like that, that's the Halloween podcast right there.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Thank you, everyone.
Tied up in a nice little bow. Wow.
It's you know, sometimes you gotta know. You know, the game's we've pretty much we've
that
caused
whole conversation
we've
was a
ended the internet
metaphor
war.
for the podcast itself. Wow.
There we go. There we go.
Wow. So the things you learn, the things you know.
This is the benefits of this podcast is you learn something new every week, a new fact.
Huge if true. Huge facts.
Big brains.
Big brain. 300 IQ.
Every guess.
week, bro. You have to subscribe right now.
It
for
makes no sense.
If you subscribe now, ladies and gentlemen, your IQ will raise by 0.6%. Just think
You know
about
how
that.
mad that is.
Dude, that's a lot. That's actually
You know
at least like 3 brain cells. So do that
If you're-
now.
Think about it. If an A is 60 and you got a 59.4, and then you press subscribe, you're not getting a B anymore.
Mad.
You're getting an A,
Get an A, and you go into university.
and you go into
Parents
uni,
are proud.
and then you can tell all your friends about it. This
Exactly.
podcast, and then they'll also go to uni as well.
Exactly, and then
So-
we're all alcoholics at uni. It's incredible. It's actually brilliant. It's brilliant. Like that's
Look.
what you've all got to look forward to if you hit that subscribe right now.
When you've got your degrees, you come back to Uncle Niran, you come back to Uncle Charlie, and you say, "Thank you." And we guys
Thank you.
don't even mention it.
It's all right.
Don't even mention
It's
it.
all good. It's
You
all
could
good.
be in the first 1,000 people to subscribe to this podcast. That's a lifetime achievement.
That is huge.
Think
That
about
is
that.
huge. You've got to do it just for that, just for the sake of that argument.
I mean, hey, I'm also going to make a deal with you guys right now. If this podcast gets 5 likes, if this podcast gets 1 like, me and Niran are going to do another podcast.
I mean, that sounds like a deal to
So-
me. That sounds like a deal to me. You
So
just like
they-
it on your own account. Oh,
I'll just
man.
like it myself. if me and you like it, I mean, hey, that's it.
Who can stop us? Do you know what I mean? Do you
Who
know-
can stop us?
Who can stop us? We're on a roll now. So
That's
another
it forever.
podcast coming soon.
I want everyone to share their stories, their ghost stories as well this Halloween. I mean, it's kind of getting booky o'clock. It's like when you listen to this now, it's like 8 o'clock. You know, it's a bit booky. Show me and tell us, because we read the comments. We're nice people.
Come
Tell
on,
us
we
about
see
your experience.
that. Yeah, we want
Let
to
us
your
know what
Halloween
you've done.
stories.
You've seen.
Yeah, man. Throw them down in the
If
comments
there's
section.
some-
See if you got any weirder ones and spookier ones than we have today.
Yeah, that'd be. I want people to rate ours as well. You know, out of 10, how
Yeah,
spooky would
out
you
of
put our
10.
stories?
Out of
Not a
10. What would you
competition.
do in those situations? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
what
know
would you do? I
know
want to know,
what I'd
what would you do? If you were us in our stories, would you go back to? Because both of them, that's a question for both podcasts, like both stories. Sorry.
Exactly.
Would
yeah.
you go
People
back?
stayed there. You went back to that place. So
You went back as well.
I know.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know what I would do. I would move to a different country. But that's just me. Everyone else has their own opinions. But yeah, let us know what your favourite stories are down in the comments, and rate ours as well.
Yes, please. And if for some reason you don't watch Niran and his tube, there'll be a link in the bio. There'll also be hopefully be a link on
Amazing.
the screen now as well. So go check him out, please.
Why,
please.
thank you. Appreciate that, my man.
Nice. Man, thank you. And
Right.
also, put the pressure on Niran now because he's learned the piano. We want covers. We want covers. That's what we want.
Okay, it'll be coming one day. I'll make a channel with just piano stuff and guitar stuff. It'll come. If this video gets
what we
1
want.
like as well, then I'll.
No, if this video gets 3 likes, because that means
Okay.
one person's had to like it.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, okay. 1 extra person's 3 likes, and I will do that. Let's go.
There we go. You've heard it. You've heard it, guys. So go check out Niran if you haven't already. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you in the next week.
Adios.